We are here. Can't see her, but Shelby is down here. Let's see if you can see her. Say hi. Hi, Finch Falcons. All right, we are outside today, and we're going to read to you the last chapter, chapter 5 of the Elf Apprentice. So chapter 5 is called Spark's Graduation, Becoming an Official Elf. The warm, sweet scent of peppermint cocoa filled the air as Buddy and Nitro stepped out of the cozy little cafe tucked between the snow-dusted pine trees. The shop's golden glow lingered behind them, casting long shadows on the path as they made their way to the grand ceremony hall, a place rarely used except for the most special occasions. It was carved out of ancient ice. The walls shimmered under the light of the northern lights. Buddy took a long sip of his cocoa, the steam curling around his face, and glanced at Nitro. This is it. The day we welcome a new elf to our ranks, he said, with a note of pride in his voice. And Nitro, of course, rolled his eyes through, though a grin tugged at the corner of his mouth. Yeah, don't get too emotional, Buddy. It's just another elf, right? But even as he said it, Nitro felt a little strange twist in his chest, an unfamiliar mix of excitement and nerves. The path was filled with elves chattering with anticipation, their colorful hats bobbing as they hurried towards the hall. Inside, every seat was taken. The atmosphere was electric with whispers and laughter. Spark stood at the edge of the hall, peeking through a gap in the doorway. His hands fidgeted and his heart drummed a rapid beat. What if I mess up? He thought. The challenges had been tough, and though he had completed them all, doubts still lingered. He straightened his hat, the memory of Nitro's pranks and Buddy's steady encouragement swirling through his mind. Taking a deep breath, he stepped inside, the noise of the room falling away as he realized what was about to happen. You did it, Spark, Buddy said, placing a hand on his shoulder. You completed every challenge, and even when things got tough, today you're not only just an elf, you're one of us. Nitro smirked, his usual mischievousness softened. I never thought I'd say this, but you're tougher than you look, Spark. Maybe tougher than Buddy. Spark laughed, the warmth of their words easing the nerves that had twisted his stomach. But just as he was about to respond, a deep, booming, powerful voice entered the room. All elves to attention! Red's command echoed as he entered in the hall, wearing his ceremonial cloak embroidered with silver stars. The room fell silent, every elf turning their head towards the leader with great respect. Red's bold blue eyes swept over the gathered crowd before settling on Spark. Step forward, Apprentice Spark. With a deep breath, Spark obeyed, the sound of his boots echoing as he crossed the wooden floor. His heart pounded like a drum, but lifted his chin high. Today we gather to honor a new member of our North Pole family, Red began, his voice as powerful as ever, but with a hint of warmth. Ugh. Spark has shown the qualities that define an elf: resilience, creativity, curiosity, and above all else, kindness. Nitro leaned in, muttering, Don't get used to being the center of attention, rookie. Next time, you're going to be helping me with the tricks. Spark laughed, meeting Nitro's eyes with confidence. But before he could respond, Red's gaze fell on him again, this time a little softer. Your journey has only begun, Spark. The true test of an elf is not in the challenges we set, but what comes after. Red continued, it is with great pride that we welcome Spark as an official elf. He reached out, and Buddy stepped forward with the gleaming red and green elf hat in his hand. Spark's eyes widened as the hat, threaded with a golden trim, topped with a tiny silver bell, was placed on his head. It fit perfectly, and a cheer exploded from all the other elves. As the ceremony concluded, the elves mingled. Red stepped aside and exchanged a wise look with Buddy. He's ready, Red murmured. Buddy smiled, eyes twinkling. Yes, but what comes next might test him in ways that he's not expecting. Spark, catching a hint of their conversation, felt a shiver of excitement. He didn't know what the future held, but he was ready for whatever adventure awaits. Buddy stepped forward one last time with Red and Nitro right behind him, his voice carrying across the room to all the elves and beyond, and to you, the reader. Remember, the magic of being an elf isn't just in what we make or do. It's the kindness we share, the curiosity we nurture, and the creativity we spread. You, too, are an honorary apprentice. Go out and spread that magic in your world. We did it! You are now an official honorary elf, as proclaimed by Buddy. So I hope you enjoyed the Elf Apprentice. Maybe one day we can illustrate it and make it into a book. So did you catch the ending part? I'm going to say that again. That ending part where Red and Buddy are talking, and Buddy says, but what comes next might test him in ways he's not expecting. Could there be another book in the works? You never know. I hope you enjoyed it.